All right, good morning. Luke Gill here with Fall Line Builders. We got a brisk Virginia morning out here, but it's not stopping us from documenting our progress so far. We've had a lot going on since we last talked. Our framing started yesterday. All of our concrete that went in, this is a slab foundation. So we got all that poured, got our Stego vapor barrier down, all of our sub slab insulation down, all that taped and air sealed. We were able to backfill, and we went ahead and put in all of we spec'd out, spent a lot of time looking at the contours of the site, and we're able to spec out where all of our downspouts were gonna go. This house is gonna have 2-foot overhangs and rain chains. So a rain chain is probably one of the last things that's gonna go on, but we gotta think about that now and make sure that we have made provisions to collect all that water and get it out and away. We wanted to call attention, and really the reason that this whole project got started was for the homeowners who realized about a year in that the home that they were in, while had been recently renovated and it's beautiful in there, it didn't lend itself to aging in place. Extremely narrow doorways, narrow hallways, lots of right angles. If you ever were in a wheelchair or even needed a walker, it'd be difficult to get around. So this space here, where we're gonna attach to, is gonna have everything that you would need should they have to kind of retire to this space. So we're thinking ADA, we're thinking accessibility, we're thinking universal design, and trying to incorporate as much of that in with our architects, with our homeowners, and as the builder. So I'd be coming in from a ramp right here to a 0-entry pedestrian 3-foot door, and then we're gonna have 2 walls of glass right here that really allow the inside and the outside to come together. Behind where you're standing is the existing laundry room. That's gonna become like a pass-through kitchenette, butler's pantry, into the kitchen of the main home. And then as we walk this way, I've got a pocket door opening here into what is gonna be a laundry mudroom with storage. Watch my head. And then we're gonna walk down this hallway. I've got a big window into this really cool courtyard that is gonna have shade-tolerant plants, stepping stones. Even the landscape architect even called for a small tree in there. So it's gonna have almost a garden feel, really intimate, closed in on 3 sides, but gives you almost a tunnel feel as you walk out to the back patio. And then through here, we have 3 closet spaces as we walk into the master bathroom. Toilet, vanity that you could actually get a wheelchair under. We'll do the heated floors in here, and then into a curbless shower. When you're working with a slab, you've really got to dial in all your penetrations. So we have a radon pipe. If that's in a crawl space or a basement, we've got a couple feet where we could jog over to hit the wall if we were off. Here, we don't really have any room for error, so that landed right in that 2x6 wall perfectly. We're gonna have a instant water heater. I think in an earlier video we talked about the constraints of we don't have natural gas, propane's not an option. We already have 400 amp electrical service here, and the existing home had a massive instant electric on-demand water heater, which was taking up so much juice that we just weren't gonna be able to have it out here. And because it's a slab, we're bringing in our own water and our own power, and this is almost like a separate unit. So we've got our water and our electrical service for our new on-demand water heater out here, and we're gonna switch out the one in the main house to a heat pump model, which is gonna take a significantly less electricity, less amps that we're gonna be able to transfer over here to this unit. So both will be extremely comfortable. And then lastly, as we come around this corner here, this is the primary bedroom. We'll have a bed along this wall underneath those 2 windows, and then we've got a big triple slider looking out here into the backyard, which right now is still a massive pile of dirt, but when this is gone, as you can see, this is all just kind of woods. And we'll have a patio that you can step right out to. And you can see our site guys have got our footing in. We're gonna have a retaining wall here that'll double as a seating wall. We've got more perimeter drainage in right here. Things that if we didn't do now would be an absolute bear to get in later. And then our little courtyard patio continues on. You can see my sealant right here that is leaking out here. This is a detail from Steve Basic, where he puts down a bead of sealant, acoustical sealant on the interior, then our traditional, see that blue air sealing gasket, and then a second bead towards the exterior. That all gets cinched down and compressed, and we're totally air sealed. Once our zip sheathing goes on here, we're also gonna tape this joint right here, just a kind of a belt suspenders, make sure we don't have any air, which can bring condensation, no bugs, no water. We don't want anything getting in there. This is the one spot where we really haven't gotten our walls up, and this is always the trickiest spot where we tie in. So we want to make sure that we have a couple dry days ahead of us, have our roof structure on the main body of the addition when we tie in. Because if we just come up here and tack a 2x4, this is an area where the old and the new meet, where we could have a lot of air, water, infiltration. So we're gonna take this siding back and bring our air and water barrier in, tie in behind this, and then continue the siding back around. Same thing with the roof. We've got some structural components that need to tie into this wall, this load-bearing wall, and then we always have to detail our roofing in that as well. Next time we're out here, we should have all of our sheathing up and be getting our roofing on and our windows set so that we can have our envelope ready to move inside and start to work with our electrician and plumbers and mechanical folks to get all that equipment in. Well, thanks for watching. We've made a lot of good progress so far, but there's a ton left to do. Hope you've been enjoying it, and stay tuned as we take all these yellow piles, get them out of here, and get this lumber where it belongs up in our structure as we keep moving with this mid-century build. Thanks, take care.